Kinx Crew. Today I will share with you guys behind the scenes of one of my biggest projects, this giant SpongeBob Crochet Bouquet. A little background story: this person has bought for me several times. For Mother's Day she bought me this crocheted big flower bouquet, and now she wanted me to do a SpongeBob crocheted characters into a big old bouquet. And these are the inspirational pictures. Just take a look at that. I was shocked. I was like, how am I going to do this? But as a newbie, I didn't want to decline this order and I was up to the challenge. Have in mind that this was during the summer, so I thought I had plenty of time. Just that the date by when she wanted it was like a week and a half or maybe 2 weeks. And with all those crocheted plushies, I don't think I would have finished on time, so I was crocheting everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, I meant everywhere. I was working through doctor appointments, dentist appointment, shoe appointments, going to the store appointments, and waiting for my mom in the car. Literally anything above. For the sake of this video's time, we are gonna start with Plankton. Plankton is the most easiest to make, right? He's tiny, he's simple, he'll be the easiest one. Guys, I lied. Plankton was very difficult to make because I didn't have the adequate small hook I needed, and so I tried to work with this one. Now we're cutting fabric to add his detailed villain face, as he's always trying to steal the secret formula. Now I'm gonna do Gary. Gary's like, I thought would be like the second easiest one to crochet. You just get over with it. And honestly, I was. I only had to do like 3 separate projects, and then I just had to sew them together and attach them. And then Gary also has this pattern on the side, like a little curve with dots that I did. Tell me why I didn't pay attention to Gary's eyes back then. But they look so creepy because they are red. They're red eyes. If you guys are wondering, I actually freestyled this. And I'm that type of crocheter. Like, if you show me an image of what you want, then I'll get it to you. I have experienced like around 3 years of crocheting. And so, I don't know if there's other crocheters out there that can actually like freestyle their patterns too. But for this one, I didn't write down the pattern. I just went with it. I only did this for one side though. I'm not sure if Gary also has that on the other side, but I just did it on one side. You know how in other characters they only have them as side profile, and then when you see them in the middle they like look so creepy and disturbing? I feel like Gary is like that. Finally, we're gonna start with Squidward. Squidward, the famous clarinet player. This was probably the one that took the longest just because he has 4 legs. He probably does have more, right? No, but in the photo, I searched up an inspo picture and it had 4 legs, so I put 4 legs. Then we put his lips and his nose. And I'm surprised that he's bald. He doesn't have no hair. Facial details were a little difficult to make just because the inspo photo, they had them all crocheted, the pupil, the eyes. And so since I really didn't know how to do that, I just did with fabric, and I did a little curved eyelid, and that's what I'm sewing onto it right now. Now we are gonna make Sandy next. Oh, for this part, the body was difficult for me to make because I'm still struggling with changing colors and crocheting, and so I couldn't make a perfect belly for her. So I decided to cover it a little with the fabric around. As you can see, I included her legs, her arms, and of course her little cute purple bikini. And I like how she has a little skirt. Her neck was a little tiny though, and as you can see she has like a big head, and I really didn't put nothing, I just put a sponge there. So I'm hoping that right now, wherever Sandy is right now, that I just hope that it's not like wobbly or anything, but I do seriously need to find something that will give it more stability. Next up, the main character, SpongeBob. He was probably the hardest to make. I couldn't find a smaller hook, and I had to work with this hook that I have right now. I don't remember the measurements, but here is me trying to brainstorm how to put him together, because he is a square. But yeah, as crocheters, we typically are best at a certain area in crocheting. For example, me, I would say my area would be crocheting plushies like magic circles, and so I'm not an expert at making granny squares. So yeah, I cannot do SpongeBob with a granny square, so I just decided to single crochet and single crochet all the way up, and I made a separate strap to stitch the pieces together. And as you can see, it is not the best looking SpongeBob in the world, but I'm just here. This is my first SpongeBob ever. Please be kind. Next up, Mr. Crab, the gold digger, the one that is ambitious for the money. Anyways, he was surprisingly easy to make and pretty fun to make as well. I like how the holes were that big, and all I had to do was make his body and change color a little. But then I also did separate two big eyeballs, and I added his crab arms and his tiny feet. I was also pretty much going to sleep late like every day making this project, because I had such a limited time to do it. I would have done Mr. Crab his little chef hat, but I ran out of time. See how he didn't require a lot of details in his face? It was really simple. Next up, SpongeBob's best friend, Patrick. He was simple and sweet. I cut out his face details from fabric because it's quicker and it gives a cleaner look. But he was very simple. All I had to do was create a star-shaped or triangle and then add his little two arms. Can you guess what's missing after this? After I make the little details? Other than his smile, I also have to add the little purple flowers that goes on his shorts. And I also made that out of fabric. I'm not sure if that hot glue will help maintain the fabric there for long, but I'm trying to find other liquid glues that can give more durability to the facial details. Okay guys, here it is. This is what you were waiting for. The whole characters of SpongeBob crocheted. I feel like you guys got tired with me as well as I created this project, but here it is. This is the final look. But not completely, because we still have to make the bouquet. Yes, this is real timing. This is what time it was when I was still finishing the bouquet, because now the bouquet had to be done for the next day. I finished all the plushies, and so now the bouquet is left, which I thought would not be the hardest part, but it pretty much took like more than 2 hours to make this. Yeah, yeah, this is why I really do not like accepting last minute orders. And yet I don't listen, and I do. But now we added our plushies on a stick so we can put it in our bouquet. Patrick was a little hard to stick just because he wasn't really in the bouquet and he was more out. So I ended up finding a solution and putting a string around him. Overall, I think I arranged it pretty nicely. I must say that the cardboard box that I put behind it did give a lot of support to it and made the bouquet stand more out. The base was hard though for being foam. I should have done the actual base of the bouquet with cardboard. Today I do make my bases out of cardboard, but I was still learning. This was last year. I just realized I never told you guys how much I sold the bouquet for. And I sold the bouquet for around $230. But seeing this today makes me realize what I would have done differently. But this is the final look, the actual final look, and this is what the client took home with her. And she said that it was for a birthday party. But thank you guys so much for watching this part of the video and for suffering with me as I made this bouquet. I hope that you guys can like and subscribe, and I see you guys on the next big projects that I do.